Hi, Ophiuchus. Welcome to Esoteric Tales and Tarot. This is your mid-month quickie, just a check-in to see how you're going. I've done some crystal ball scrying out in the garden and meditating, and then we're going to have a look at the Modern Love Tarot deck for some more messages and a spirit message from the John Holland Oracle. I was getting the main event, so it's not the main event though. I feel as though you've been at an event or you're going to be invited to an event, and then it's going to have a run-on effect. Like there'll be more of them. It'll feel like, oh, is this the year of weddings or birthdays or something where, and maybe one of the events is regarding you know, at some point as well. But I feel as though you're attending things of importance. And by event, I mean, think what that could be. You could be going to, you know, the theatre or something, and then you like get invited 2 or 3 more times to something where it's sort of the main event. But I was seeing other people being celebrated, so it was an interesting one because I felt as though there was some occasions now, Fucus, to be getting dressed up, or you're sort of thinking, oh, you know, like, gosh, that wasn't what I was expecting to be on the calendar. And it's somehow tied into kind of your good karma or good fortune and people wanting you to be there, wanting your energy around. I was talking about your energy being quite beautiful for people. They enjoy your company. I believe I was sort of picking up on a lot of that healing and happy kind of energy, and sort of people wanting to invite you because they like your perspective. Or when you're out, you might be sitting back and observing, but then when you put in some commentary, people are really enjoying the interaction or the stories that you have, or interesting perspectives, because your life is very interesting to others. That was what I was feeling out of the crystal ball, which is quite a funny sort of little set of messages for Ophiuchus. But I did feel that too. I sensed as though people are like, oh, I'd love to hear what so-and-so's been up to. You know, they're always up to interesting things. That was how I was feeling about your star sign, which is quite funny because I've only just started tapping into your energy, and it's very nice because it reminds me of being where you're placed, because I always get something out of your readings for myself, being a Scorpio with a Sagittarian rising. And we've got the Six of Cups. Interesting, because I was talking, sometimes this reminds me of old relationships and weddings and things like that. So the Six of Cups is a soulmate type card, or a person from the past. They could be crossed over to the other side now that I'm looking at this card with the water scrying. You could be doing scrying into a mirror, or I talk about these things with Ophiuchus because you're intuitive and pick up on a lot of these types of energies and things that I'm talking about. Going near water, I'm seeing like that kind of mermaidy energy here. But you know, remembering somebody from the past, and maybe somebody's contacting you from, you know, a relationship past. A lost love could be possibility of renewing. Again, this is that kind of feeling of going to something and celebrating. Maybe it's somebody who you were very good friends with in a childhood sense. Maybe somebody who you went to school with, who you were close by and you had a lot of fun with, maybe played in the playground, that type of thing. Again, this is nice, Page of Pentacles. So we've got the Six of Cups as your water sign energies. So your Cancers, your Scorpios and your Pisces. And we've got your Earth energies, your Page of Pentacles here, your Virgos, Taurus and Capricorns. But this is really nice too, because this feeling that I had with the other 2 signs beforehand of taking 5 before I did your reading as well. And again, I'm looking at this and it's almost like I'm seeing these here like little fairy lights up in the trees. So it could be, again, this feeling of celebration. Maybe there's pets involved. This is funny because I think about those people who have dogs that go up as their and funny, page boy, page girl for a wedding, and people who use their dogs, you know, to take the rings up to the couple. So funny that that's came in on this as well. And maybe you're trying to lay your foundations, or you're staying in an interesting place. Again, I got this for another sign as well. It might have been Libra, I think, got this card, maybe in a similar placement. Perhaps go and watch their sign. But about staying in an interesting place. I mean, this is a cubby house. Children could be involved, but I was thinking about Airbnbs or staying in interesting places. You know, maybe you're bouncing around a little bit at this point, Ophiuchus, like looking for where to land, having a bit of an interesting nomadic life, or thinking about that, of what it would be like to have a bit more freedom, and considering what that might be like, you know, having a gap year, taking time off to explore the world and get into nature and your spiritual kind of interests. It was taking a long time for this one to come out, but we've got it and it's nice, the Two of Wands. So, you know, this one's a lovely one about communication, and also, you know, having that come together, where I feel as though passion is, you know, I think this is when you've got something like, I'm thinking star-crossed, but looking over, it could be to do with this Six of Cups. So somebody, this feels a bit like seeing the backpack, like somebody from your school days messaging, or reconnecting with people from a time by attending an event, something like that. It's really nice, lovely energy, and working out the new pathway. Like I said, maybe it's time that you're thinking about a change and having a tree change, or heading off on a new pathway. And this is somebody who you're communicating with in a loving way, who's giving advice or enjoying your passionate ideas. That's what I'm getting for this. We've got the Seven of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Maybe that's the concern that you have about other people's perspective of this. Perhaps you've come up against a bit of a battle with things, maybe to do with these events. You've been wondering what opinions are going to be said, perhaps about different types of relationship issues that you've had, or who you've chosen to be with, and you're feeling as though you're in your power center, like you're going to take these ones like, thank you very much, I know how you feel, but I'm good here, I'm cool, and I'm going to head in my own direction. So I'm feeling it in quite a positive way, even though you've been a bit defensive. You don't really care because you have your vision of where you're going. It's interesting too, because I was really getting that you have that energy of things that are coming up. Maybe it's like 7 events that you're going to, or in 7 months' time, another big event similar to what you've been asked to see. I don't know why that just keeps continually coming up. Out of the Spirit Messages deck, the John Holland, you have got listen. You have to be willing to listen if you want to really understand someone. Now is not the time to be offering advice, but to be a compassionate listener. To listen fully and intently means to pay attention, not to just what's being said, but to what lies beneath the words. That's really interesting, what lies beneath, because we've got this. Maybe someone is going to come back from your past. It could be a friend, maybe one of these events. It could be somewhere where you bump into somebody and they've got a different perspective, and you know, you might be required to listen to that to be able to move forward and to come out of this defensiveness and be more of your Queen of Cups energy. You know, be more emotionally balanced, and it might free you up to make you feel better by facing that. It's interesting because there's a lot going on in your mind to do with this. So numbers that will be of significance are 7, 2, 10s and 6s. But it's interesting here because, I wasn't really picking up a lot of this energy, but it could be to do with those events of needing to, maybe who you're taking along with you or who you're seen with, and you're being concerned, and you're just going to be able to tell people that, you know, you're fine, you're doing well. I like the energy, Ophiuchus, for this one. It feels like there's some things coming up. I'd be interested to hear if you've been to an event that you think there's going to be more of them, or something that you've seen, something that you're doing, and you think, oh, that's going to be a knock-on of these. There's going to be a few more coming. It'd be interesting to hear. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for your support. You've been my top sign, Ophiuchus. So you've been the one that's been watching the most of my content and interacting. I've absolutely loved that. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So thank you for continuing to support my channel. I can bring more content. On the 25th of March, there's going to be a lunar eclipse as well in the sign of Libra. Be careful of your emotions around this time. Remember to stay grounded because we can get rocked around by this. I'm going to do another little video about it. Keep wearing your green for the month. I did a little St. Patrick's Day video as well, which is kind of fun. You can have a listen to that. But green's going to be lucky for all of us for the month of March and throughout the whole year. So wearing green and reminding ourselves to be grounded and to go out in nature is going to be super duper helpful. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I will check in again with you soon. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.